wow, I have to say, this week, I already knew this week was going to be better than the last one because I wasn't really going through that much emotionally. But it went by faster, I think. Keep in mind, thanks to 4th of July a week ago, everybody had the day off pretty much. So you would think, a shorter week would have been faster, but no, I have to say, this week felt faster. I don't know. Crazy, right? Okay, so my level yesterday for sure was, I did have a little bit of a scare, but it worked itself out. Basically, I knew I wanted to keep watching the newest season of Wild 'N Out, as well as get Rita's, because I hadn't been to Rita's yet. And at 8:15 at night, my folks and I decided we wanted to go to dinner at Red Robin. So full disclosure, I went to Red Robin for the first time. And I kind of thought I was going to miss it because of how late we were eating, but no. Dude, okay, straight up, Red Robin was actually amazing. The food was solid, to be sure, but what really surprised me was just how fast everything came out. To put things into perspective, yeah, by the way, that's my high, by the way, the fact that Red Robin was actually pretty awesome. Okay, so my parents split a burger and fries. I got myself burger and fries. My mom got a salad. I got a salad. And after we ordered our food, all I did was because I had to get up and go to the bathroom, had to go pee. I come back, the salad's already there. And straight up, I don't think I waited 10 minutes since I ordered until my burger was ready. I got it's that one with blue, the royal blue. I think that's what I got. Well, that's the name of the burger. It's blue cheese and the steak sauce and the barbecue and the crispy onion straws. That one. It's a solid burger. So, you would think with a place that sells bottomless fries, I probably would have been there more often. But, I had heard from a very reliable source that, okay, so, when Red Robin first opened, there was this one family member of ours who is arguably the smartest person in our whole family. He went to Red Robin, and he came back and said, the food was nothing to write home about. However, the service will bend over backwards for you. And that's pretty much what happened. I don't know what the food is, and I don't want necessarily the food's, only just not good enough to not write home about. It's good. It is. Then again, I think it depends on what specifically you order. Because I ordered, again, my house salad with Italian dressing on it. Ordered the burger I just mentioned with the garlic fries. I had garlic fries. And they had bacon cheese fondue. Here's the thing. The bacon cheese fondue is good, but my mom's wasn't hot. When you think of fondue, you think of hot cheese dip. My mom's wasn't hot. Mine was. Hot enough to be considered hot, to be sure, but not so hot where you're not burning the roof of your mouth the instant you eat it. So, yeah, if you haven't been to Red Robin, go for it. It's a pretty solid place overall. I got someone talking about my high never did my act of kindness. Well, I ran a few errands for my grandmother yesterday. That was an act of kindness. I'm probably going to have to do stuff today, too. Speaking of stuff going on today, I'm heading up to the lake. Unfortunately, I don't know what the weather is going to be throughout the day, but right now, if someone were to wake up, have aspirations of going to Cuba Lake, and look up at the sky, they'd probably be deterred. because at this time it's very cloudy out right now. Not like not like clouds that are so thick you see nothing but gray. And you see some tints of yellow as if the sun is starting to peek out a little bit. Like there are thinner patches of clouds, if that makes sense. But, I mean, if someone were to go outside, have aspirations of going to Cuba Lake or Seneca Lake or any of the Finger Lakes, and look out and be like, nope, we're not going, I don't think I'd blame them. I mean, me personally, I'm going no matter what, so I don't think you gotta worry about that. So, happy Friday, everyone. And let's talk about Hot Ones, because, not gonna lie, man, Harry Kane, he did pretty good. I mean, he is easily one of the better people to take on the Hot Ones gauntlet and not show much, like expressions. Just like, seriously, he did good. And I learned a lot about him and his career. I mean, I'm sure a bunch of English Premier League soccer fans are watching this, expecting me to... Actually, come think of it, if you're watching this, why haven't you watched the newest episode of Hot Ones, especially if you're a fan of Harry Kane? I mean, they talked about how it was the second time in a row that he scored 30 goals in the season. He became, like, England's greatest scorer of all time. And obviously, he's going to remember that for the rest of his life, as Sean asked him that. He talked about how he was one of the Ridgeway Rovers, the same soccer club that David Beckham was on, and how, like, around age 14 to 15 is when you should really start recognizing talent. And, like, 16, you should have, like, the best idea of it, if that makes sense. He talked about how great he is when he plays with Young Ming's son. Like, over the years, they've gotten close. They got to know each other. They grew, they know how to think because they play with each other so much. And, how his favorite goal that he ever scored was the very first goal he ever scored debuting for England. That's pretty cool. He talked about how there's empathy for field goal kickers, especially when you start to consider the fact that Sean Evans had to bring up the double doink. I remember the double doink. Full disclosure, there's this one guy that my father and I know, and we will make fun of him for the double doink every now and again. By the way, for those of you who don't know, the Chicago Bears had made the playoffs for the first time in like years, and they all they need to do is like kick a field goal to win against the Eagles, and Cody Parkey kicks it. It hits off one of the field goal bars, bounces off the other one, and then that's what we call the double doink. I'm not gonna lie, my father and I were laughing at that so hard back then, and it's funny even now. Actually, Randy Kane's aspirations is wanting to be a field goal kicker for the NFL. Hey, go for it. Why not? He talked about how the greatest lengths he'll go to master the game is do stuff with his left foot only because he's right foot dominant. That's pretty impressive. How, when it comes to how the American media and the British media deals with their professional athletes, like when America does it, we're all much more open and we're less guarded. British media, you have to be very much more careful about what you say. And that makes sense, actually. Oh, excuse me. Where was I? Right in my notes. He talked about how the most memorable trick play he ever was a part of was playing Panama in the World Cup in 2018. I'd rather not. Here's the thing. I tried writing down like it's the kind of shot where I couldn't really write down. You have to look up that shot to see, which I have looked up the shot, and yeah, it's pretty good. I'll say that much. Sorry, I'm just like really tired. He talked about how the greatest football anthem or chant is "He's One of Our Own," which really hit him hard emotionally, in a good way, I mean, when, like, you know, he's a hometown hero. Harry Kane is a hometown hero, dude. You know, he is legit one of England's own, and, you know, he's amazing for it, so congratulations. There's a way of let's be honest, soccer kind of gets a bad rap for, like, the refs being too soft, throwing out red cards and yellow cards, and, you know, people falling over and if it's warranted or not, stuff like that. Oh gosh, am I tired. Right, I believe I was talking about the refs. And at the end of the day, refs are people too, and they have a job to do. So you can cut them a little bit of slack, I suppose. And for the bomb, he had to define like some of the following. Okay, he had to define what a fox in the box is. Fox in the box is a dead ball specialist and a howler, which I happen to write down what they are. So a fox in the box is someone who like just does nothing but score goals. You know, he is a fox who is near the goalie box. A fox in the box. There we go. A dead ball specialist is basically someone who's good at doing free kicks, you know, corner kicks, you know, free kicks to the goal, stuff like that. You know, that's a free kick. And, you know, a dead ball specialist is someone who's good at making those shots. And then finally, he talked about what a howler was. And basically, it's just a really bad mistake that someone makes. Not like the worst thing in the world, because obviously there's worse things you can make, worse mistakes you can make. But like in terms of soccer, like a howler is a really bad mistake that you don't want to accidentally get yourself caught up in. But yeah, this is a very solid episode of Hot Ones. I gotta give Harry Kane his due. He definitely held his own against the Heat. He definitely, you know, I'll tell you what though, maybe I should be paying more attention to, you know, soccer and, you know, football, you know, American, you know, European League soccer and stuff like that. I really should. I can never really call myself being college if I didn't do something like that, you know? I mean, yeah, I try and learn, but I could always stand to learn more, you know? And I learned a lot from this episode. So, yeah, full disclosure, this was a great episode. I've got no complaints here. And actually, yesterday overall was pretty solid. It was hot though. Seriously, yesterday was like really hot. I get the feeling like the clouds outside are really going to be a breath of fresh air in comparison to how bad it was. But honestly, I'll have to play the rest of the day by ear. I mentioned earlier that I'm heading back up to Keep the Lake as soon as I get an opportunity to do that. I'm definitely doing that. As for what I'm doing for dinner, though, it's tough. I'm going to have to really think that over for a little And also, straight up, I'm so tired right now. I really could just like fall asleep right now. Just like, I don't want to do that though. I really should probably get going. But I think we're going to be in for a solid weekend. Pretty solid weekend overall. The weather should be pretty good. Pretty nice. And Chico Lake is, I mean, I've said this before. I'll say it again. Like, Chico Lake is clearly not going anywhere. Because seriously, it was it existed during the Ice Ages. So, like, yeah, I'm not worried about it not being there or whatever. Got a long day ahead of me, but at the end of the day, by the time we get back to Chico Lake, everything's going to seem like it's worth it. I hope you like this video, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. Oh, actually, before I also continue, I gotta say, Red Robin, check it out. As always, I'm very humble in this video for all the guys watching Joe today, and hope you have a wonderful. I just realized I just said Red Robin, and like I didn't really say much afterwards, did I? Red Robin, go check it out. It's really good. Thank you. That's what I meant to say. Now, as always, I am very humble in this video for all the guys watching Joe today. Hope you have a wonderful Friday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend, and I'll be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.